Welcome back. We're going to take a look at an indicator we haven't spoken about in quite a while. It's called the Bull Bear Trend Indicator. And what we use this for is to define the weekly market behavior, in this case the S&P 500. Now we know a bull market is one that trends higher. The bull market in this case is defined as a market that opens near or at the low of the week on Monday and closes near or at the high of the week on Friday. So if we look at our account statements on Friday, the stocks that we own will have gone up over the course of that week. Conversely, a bear market is defined as one that opens near or at the high of the week on Monday, but throughout the week the stocks go lower and lower and closes at or near the low of the week on Friday. This is what a bull and bear market looks like in terms of this indicator. On the left-hand side, we see a bull market. The S&P 500 opened at 4173 on Monday. Tuesday, it accomplished 4262. Wednesday, 4358. And finally, on Friday, closing at 4463. So we can see over the course of the week, the S&P 500 moves higher and higher. Conversely, a bear market is defined as one that opens at 3900 on Monday. Tuesday closes at 38.56 and all the way to Friday 36.93. So if we were to look at our account statement on Friday, we would see that the stocks we owned have gone down during this bear market. Well, this is how we calculate the bull bear trend indicator. It very simply calculates the Monday and Friday closes as a percentage of its own respective trading week, and then calculates those percentages to extrapolate out to our charts, which we'll see in just a moment. So for example, we see here a stock with a weekly range over the course of that week of between $10 to $20 a share. Well, on Monday, the stock closed at $12, just $2 off the low of the entire weekly range. So 20% of the weekly range, $2 over 10. But on Friday, the stock closed at 19, which is $1 below the high of the week of 20. So in other words, between a range of 10 to 20, the stock closed at 90% of its weekly range. The bull bear trend indicator is calculated as an average of the Friday close as a percentage of the week, subtract the Monday open as a percentage of the week. Well, this is what the charts look like. The blue line represents the S&P 500 going back to January of 2022 through present day, and the red histogram bar shows the bull bear trend indicator. So notice early 2022, stock market was in a quiet trading range, right around 4,600, and all of a sudden the bull bear trend indicator started to accomplish lower lows, dropping below the 0% level, and in fact making lower lows. And then eventually, as the bull bear trend indicator showed us that the market was consistently closing at or near the low of the week, eventually the S&P 500 really collapsed, falling from levels of 4,700 all the way down to 3,700. Well, by the time it hit lows of 3,700, the bull bear trend indicator actually started to accomplish higher highs. Internally, the internals of the market actually improved as the stock market was still going down. So we see as the stock market, the overall average was still going lower, that S&P 500 index was in fact starting to close higher and higher on Friday and opening lower and lower on Monday, meaning it was starting to trend higher. And eventually the S&P 500 reversed course from 3,700 levels all the way up to 4,300 in September of, or August, I should say, mid-August of 2022. Now, eventually, the stock market started to turn to the downside, and this coincided with a bull bear trend indicator accomplishing lower lows. Well, eventually, the stock market hit lows down near October, November of 2022, October 14th to be exact, and the bull bear trend indicator started to show us that the internals were already improving as the S&P 500 started to trend higher. Well, fast forward to present day, what we see here is a bull bear trend indicator is resting right around the highs that we've seen over the course of the past year. And that very simply shows us that the internals of the S&P 500 are actually at such a good state right now, probably a better state it's been in for quite a while. And if we take a look at the data, what it does suggest is that the stock market certainly could continue higher At least that's what our data at this point suggests, given the fact that the internals look so strong. That every single day that the stock market's opening, or every single week I should say, lately, the stock market is opening near the low of the week on Monday and closing near the high of the week on Friday. Of course, if we start to see this indicator turn back to the downside, that might be an early signal of a change to come. Finally, we can take a look at the S&P 500. Again, that's the blue line. The red line is a bull-bear trend indicator. The gray histogram bars here show us the correlation over the past 90 days. It shows us how closely the S&P 500 is tracking to the bull-bear trend indicator. And we can see as of late, we see the 90-day correlations are sitting right around 70% or so, which is actually pretty high. A 100% correlation is a perfect relationship. That means when one stock goes up by 1 point, the other one also goes up by exactly 1 point. 70% correlation is still very high. And we can see that correlations, now they're not directional, they just show us the connection between the two different markets, or in this case the S&P 500 and our bull bear trend indicator, how closely they're tracking one another. And we can see in the past, May, June of last year, as the S&P 500 collapsed and so did the bull bear trend indicator, that was also around a 70-80% correlation. And going further back to June, July of last year, we can see as the S&P 500 is very strong, so was a bull-bear trend indicator. So right now, fast forward to present day, we see a 68% correlation. That's pretty strong. That shows us as the S&P 500 is going up, so do the internals of the market, the bull-bear trend indicator. Of course, if we start to see these correlations start to waver, it may show us that while the S&P 500 is still going higher, maybe the bull-bear trend indicator is showing us that the internals are weakening. Or conversely, let's say the internals are weakening, or I should say as the S&P 500 weakens, but the bull-bear trend indicator is still trending higher. Well, this may reflect that the market still has internal strength left in it. So we're going to watch this indicator very closely over the time to come and be sure to make note of any significant changes. We hope this has been helpful. We look forward to seeing you back soon.